Hello, everyone. Thank you for checking out this episode of Nerd Caliber. I'm here with Eurydeus, and today we're going to talk about her amazing Jester cosplay. What can you tell us about the cosplay? What's the process of you putting this together?
So I have been cosplaying for quite a while, but I had taken a break for high school and stuff like that. So I basically just disappeared off of cosplay, like social media for a while. And Critical Role was kind of the first thing that made me want to do another character. And I was just so in love with Jester as a just. I thought her design was so cool, and loved her as a character. So this was my first costume I had done, I had sewn in like 4 years, and so the all from the beginning there was so much support from critters and things like that that I was just so unprepared for, and then it just kept snowballing.
Okay. So what materials did you need to create this cosplay?
Honestly, I did a lot of it was just whatever I could find at Joann's. So it's mostly it's mostly it's a lot of cotton and things like that. There's something really special to it. Kind of cheap stuff because since I don't have a job or anything, so it's kind of just whatever I can kind of get my hands on. And though I have my parents' support, it's still I'm not spending a ton of money on fabrics and stuff like that. So it's very DIY.
Oh, okay. And what about the makeup? Let's talk about that because it looks flawless. What's the process of you putting that together?
The makeup is it's certainly a process. Face paint is kind of finicky, but I kind of have practice from being. I was very into Homestuck as in middle school and things like that. So I learned how to do face paint a long time ago. But it's very general. It's really kind of a natural look since I kind of think of it as well, they're adventurers, so she's not spending a ton of time on makeup and things like that, but it's still it's gotta look nice. My face is just kind of built like that, so it's in terms of once the paint is on, everything else goes pretty easily.
Oh, okay, okay. Was it very expensive?
No, it's just it's a Mayron water based paint, so it's like $12, and I've been through about one and a half pans since last August.
Oh, okay, okay. How do you keep it from uh, you always hear these horror stories of people putting on paint and then they gets paint everywhere on their clothes, on their friends when they hug them. What do you do to avoid that?
Well, the paint really is only on my face. After my first few tests, I realized I cannot be painting my arms and hands in that white dress. So I have you hear arm socks. So made out of leggings, not leggings, tights, that are in a similar color. You can We Love Color actually has a really great guide on matching Mayron face paints to their tights, and so I use that and match them. And so I made arm socks, so they're full chest gloves that go down to my arms, and they match pretty well, especially when you can't see the line. So yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. How did you style the hair for that?
The wig is probably the most finicky thing about that cosplay. Um, I tried at first to do it with in the original rendering for a character that the Critical Role people have. She has straight hair, and I tried it like that because the wig came kind of styled like that already, but I just wasn't feeling the look on me personally. So I curled it because that's what I usually end up doing. But the way that I like it to look and things like that, it feels like sometimes I'll put it on and it just doesn't look right for whatever reason, like the curls are sagging or whatever, and it just kind of if the wig is bad, everything else kind of looks very clownish to me. So it's very finicky, um, but it's basically just curls. The hard part is because it's short, so trying to keep them nice and bouncy, but also maintaining the shape is very kind of it's a process.
Okay. If you had the time again and maybe extra money to redo this cosplay again, what would you do differently?
Um, the corset, the way I did the corset, I'm not crazy about, mainly because it's trying to put it on by myself is terrible. Usually I have to have somebody else do it, or like it's like halfway on. So like if you, so like I spend a lot of time doing TikToks now. So seeing from like the bust up, like right here, is fine. But like if I step back, it you can see that I only have it like halfway on. So I would make it again, in a fat in a probably I would probably would not use like fake leather. I would probably use like a fake suede or something like that. Basically, just a different kind of fabric, and put it together differently so that I can put it on by myself.
Okay. Is the once you finish the whole process with the makeup and putting on the clothing, is it very comfortable?
Um, it's mostly just hot. I like putting it all on. So there's like a petticoat involved, and since I'm from Georgia and I'm currently in North Carolina, it's very hot all the time. So it's most I have to make sure that I'm not sweating, because if I start sweating, then the makeup is in danger.
So is it a difficult process taking the makeup off afterwards? Is there anything you would advise other people to do when it comes to putting on or taking off the makeup?
Because it's water based, it comes up pretty easily. Mainly it's about like being thorough. Usually I'll take it off and then I'll go take a shower, just to get any of the staining out. Like especially with my hair as it is now, I'm trying not to have like face paint sitting in my hair. But as long as you like you're really thorough about it, if it's on your face still, you'll be able to see it. But I usually find it only like hard to get out of my eyebrows and like my hairline. That's about it.
Oh, okay, okay. Um, the ears. Now, does Jester have the pointy ears? Like the
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have like the pointy. I'm not sure if it's canon or not. To be completely honest, but I like having the pointy ears. I just think it's a very nice look.
Oh, okay, okay. Now, I've heard people that sometimes it's difficult trying to get the makeup to match the ears. Do you have, had any of those problems?
It's definitely trial and error. I feel like I've gotten closer with it because of the way they're just like regular like slip-on ears that you get from like Amazon. So and I just use like acrylic paint to paint them. So I'll like do like a swatch on like my hand, and then I'll do my best to match the color. But so like usually because of how I do the hair, is there's like a little like bit that hangs up from the ear, so you can't exactly see where the ear meets the fake one. But it's from because of that, you can't really tell that it doesn't perfectly match. But as it gets, one of these days I'll get it perfect. But it is kind of a process getting them to match the ears. But as long as you kind of hide where that seam is, you can pretty much hide it.
Oh, okay. So for anyone out there that looks at this and they say, "Oh, I want to cosplay this. This looks amazing." What advice would you give them?
I mean, I honestly would say go for it. There are tons of face paint tutorials out there. For me, I didn't really have a hard time making it. I basically between it's like there are like four elements in it. It's the corset, the white dress is split up into two parts. It's a skirt and a top, and was based off of some some really cheap pattern I got at Joann's, and then the cape and the cape and corset. But it was pretty, in the grand scheme of things, it was not a very hard costume to construct for me. But I really would just say kind of just go for it. I found for me that the Critical Role community has been very supportive, even of like cos tests and things that weren't exactly canon. There's a lot of room for creativity, especially because it's a spoken format. There's not a lot of visuals of the characters themselves. So there's a lot of people are open to creativity and uniqueness in your portrayals.
Okay, excellent. So, before we wrap up, for anyone who wants to see more of your work, where can they go?
I am on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Eurydeus. EURYDEUS. That's on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram.
Okay, excellent. Again, thank you very much for sharing how you put together this great cosplay. And for our viewers out there, thank you for watching. Be safe out there, and have a great day.